Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, December 30th, 2023. We are down to mere hours left in the year, and I decided to close out the year on the water going for trout with a fly rod. I came to this spot at the beginning of the month with spinning gear, and I did pretty well. Nothing big, but the little wild brown trout were out in abundance and they were hungry. And got similar conditions today. The water's a little bit high, a little bit off color, and we got overcast skies. So I'm hoping that the brown trout have strapped the feed bag on once again and I can capitalize. All right guys, well, I was fishing for about 20 minutes and wound up with a minor equipment emergency. The reel felt loose on the reel seat, and I was tightening it, and no matter how much I tightened it, it still felt loose. And the reason was this back metal piece here was actually pulling off of the back of the rod. It was just completely loose. There was nothing holding it there anymore. And every time I turned it, it was just kind of pulling it further and further off the back. And the only reason why this was a minor emergency and not a major emergency was I happened to have some super glue with me. So I just gobbed up the back of the pole with super glue and I pushed this thing back on, and it seems to be holding okay for now. Hopefully it will at least get me through today's fishing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of what happens when you buy a cheap fly rod. I mean, this is not a high-end rod. This was, I think I bought this on clearance for like 70 bucks. I think I know why it was on clearance now. But I've been able to get away with it so far simply because I don't fly fish that much. So yeah, that's what it is. Hopefully, problem is at least temporarily fixed. At least enough so where I can effectively fish and maybe even get some hookups. Oh my God. How, like, look at that. It's like I made a spider web. I made a spider web with my leader. I think that might have been a fish, and now I am in multiple branches. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. I hate this. I really hate this. This is the worst part about fly fishing, is the knots. Okay, is that it? That's it. Okay, good. Whoops. Oh, there we go. That's just what I wanted. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm about to lose my shit. I'm about to lose my goddamn mind. Ah, yeah. Look at that. This is unreal. All right, you know what? This split shot is gotta go. It's just making it worse. At this point, I don't care if the fly doesn't get down. I need to be able to fish it first. I need to be able to cast it. I hate this. So I am running into a problem today, and it's not just the blanket reason that I'm a terrible fly fisherman. This water being as high as it is, it's very fast, and it's tough to get the fly down in this current. What I originally tried to do was put a small split shot on the line, but that split shot, at least for me, made it nearly impossible to cast without tangling. So I had to take that off, and now I've just got on one of the heaviest beadhead flies that I have, which happens to be a San Juan worm, and I'm just hoping that it sinks enough to where it catches a trout's attention and he swims up and grabs it. Well, it's been about 2 hours, and so far all I have to show for my efforts are a lost fly and several wind knots. I fell into this trap with this place before. I hit it with spinning gear, did really well, and I thought, oh, it's easy pickings. I should come back here with a fly rod, really get in some good practice and stream fishing with a fly rod and actually catching trout with a fly rod. And I do it, and I stink out loud. Man, fly fishing can be so frustrating. You know the old saying, there's no such thing as a bad day of fishing? Honestly, there have been a few days with the fly rod that I would definitely consider bad days of fishing. Just unproductive, frustrating, you know, I don't learn anything, and it's just a complete shit show. And those are no fun. I'm not quite at that point yet, but I would say at the moment, I might be more than halfway there. Like, look at that. There's a trout in there. There is a trout in there. There has to be. Oh, fish on. Holy cow, I was gonna make another cast. This thing was just trailing in the current. It's a nice fish too. This is actually a really nice fish. Guys, I'm not even lying. I was like a couple minutes from just calling it and saying I ain't gonna get anything on the fly rod today. And this beautiful brown trout loaded on. Now this is a 3-weight rod, so there's not much juice to it. Gonna have to be careful with this guy. This is actually a really nice brown. I mean, not like a giant, but he's definitely better than average. Come on, buddy boy. I'm still not the best at fighting fish on a fly rod, especially larger ones like this, so I'm just gonna kind of let him tire himself out. That's a nice brown. That's like a 12, 13 inch brown. All right, buddy. You ready to come up? Are you ready to come up? He's not quite ready yet. Yes! All right. Look at that. That is a very nice fish. Ah, gorgeous brown trout. That looks like a wild fish too. Those fins are perfect. Wow. All right. Streamer fell right out. Look at that black beadhead streamer is what finally did the deed. That is the kind of fish that you love to end the year on. All right, get him back. That's gotta be close to 14, I would say. Really solid brown trout. Well, it took a while, about 3 hours, but I finally accomplished what I set out to do today, which was catch a trout on a fly rod. I did not catch quite the numbers that I was hoping for, but I think we can all agree that that nice brown I got was worth at least half a dozen of those little 8-inchers that are in here. So I can't call today anything but a rousing success and a fantastic way to bring the 2023 fishing season to a close. I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe new year, and best wishes from me to you for 2024. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure.